America, good morning. Pittsburgh, beautiful weather. America, the dream, it still lives. It's in me and it's in you. You stay strong. Don't lose the grip. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you? Hey, so guess what? I figured out the ghost. I did. I figured out the ghost. Man, I don't know. So anyway, here I am. Here I am. I don't know when you'll kick in, when you'll join in, but I guess we'll soon see who is live, who's not, by who may step in or not. You know how that goes. Well, I hope everybody had a pleasant evening. A lot of news, shit hitting the fan. CEO of Disney stepped down. Well, you know what? In all these that I'm going to mention, there's been before and there is now been after. So this is like a wide range of stuff. Nissan, MasterCard, Volkswagen, Nestle, MGM, eBay, Salesforce stepped down. Yes. Wow. IBM. Well, IBM. Guess what? Guess what? IBM was Gates' mother. Yeah, it's true. Gates' mother. And his dad, Planned Parenthood. Now maybe you see where all this is at. Now maybe you see. Yes, Gates' father was Planned Parenthood. Mom was IBM, and you have stepping down. Wow. Yeah, you got WeWork, so many people. So many people. Stepping down. Are they running away? Where are we? So, yeah, good morning. I see some people were stepping in. America, how are you? Hope everyone's doing great today. So I figured out the ghost. I think I figured out the ghost. And I did have a ghost. No, it wasn't a virus, nothing like that. You're not going to catch the virus from me. My arm doesn't reach that long anyway, as you know. So, the CEO of Cupid, Hinge, all these. Yeah, just so many things. We're going to take a walk through the news here. Thank you, April. Thank you for what you do, girl. We appreciate you here. We really do. You're down in Atlanta, I believe. Atlanta. Beautiful Atlanta for a beautiful lady. Also, I want to say hello to that special girl. And now she's on vacation. And this is how much of a rock star this woman is. True. She went on vacation. And yet she's here to support, share, and get the word out more even. And I'm trying to tell her, take the day off. Go. Do what have fun. Get some sun. Mary Beth. All right. So she doesn't like when I call her that, but when I get angry at her, I use the real term, Mary Beth. I want you to relax today a little bit, but do your work first. Don't leave me hanging dry. Anyway, Dave, I got your message. So evidently you had somebody blocked that you didn't mean to have blocked. Okay. Well, fix that part, and I'll fix the parts that fill in the other places. Because, you got to do what you got to do. We support each other. Admins don't block admins. Never, ever. It doesn't happen. I'm sure it was a mistake, but, let's get that fixed. So this is the 10. Yes, 10 stands for so much. And I know you guys join in, say things, and people didn't know where I was with that when I created it, of course. And this is 10 o'clock talks. This is waking up with Michael and you. So I'm here. And I brought coffee today. I didn't miss out. But you know what? It always gets cold, So I wish I could get refills here. And I want you to know, I can't see every message that gets put up on the post. It's too far from my viewfinder. I'll check in now and see if I can make some type of connection. But I think what I need to do today is welcome you in. Thank you for what you do. You people are the warriors of the 10. Without a doubt. I mean, hey, that's my little term. And we all have to have one, Let me see. I forget how to work all this crap. I have too many gadgets. I really do. And then like refresh here, refresh there, do this, do that. Do you guys deal with that? So anyway, all right. It looks like I may have, I'm looking off to the side here like all dumb. But I know you guys probably get what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to find where you guys are. And I think I have something here. Yes, yes, there is something there. Now, I don't know what it means. All right, I guess I'll see some comments maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure how this does all this stuff. We'll keep the volume off. We don't want an echo. We don't want any. I call that foreplay. It's when two computers are having an argument and then your voice starts to echo or you get these loud buzzings, David. Remember that. Remember that, buddy. All right, you can't have two operating at one time unless one volume is completely down. Okay, so that's how you're getting your six cameras together. You got six phones and everything set up. I got you, brother. All right, so anyway, good morning to you. And I mean that in the best way I can. And as I just said, all these corporate CEOs, some before, some after, they're stepping down, they're running away. The fight is getting stronger. And I told you, beware, things would happen. You'll see them. Pop, pop, pop. Did I not call that? But that's not even the gravy on the mashed potatoes yet. It's not. And we still have a little bit time left of the day. I'm sure you'll. And then you got, yeah, let's go after Trump. Let's do the DOJ. Let's do the Barr thing. So we have all that going on. Creation of more narratives, just like the Floyd to the White House deal. And I got a lot to say on that. I really, really do. But let's not forget, you know what? Seeing IBM was on there. I want people to know Gates' mother was IBM. Okay? Yes. He wasn't like the creator of all this. No, he was the little child prodigy kind of guy thing. Anyway, yeah, that Planned Parenthood. We know what they were doing, right, with all their monies and research and different things they were involved in. I'm going to try to be cautious with words so I can stick around for the day today. What the hell is today's date anyway? I think it's May 26, 2021. Almost another month. I mean, time is, boom, 8 days a week. Does anybody know what that really meant? 8 days a week. Well, that's biblical in a sense, in a way, okay? And that's why New Year's really doesn't occur as people think it occurs, New Year's Eve, blah, blah, January 1st. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. I think it's more like March 15th, but they don't really talk about that a whole bunch. Unless you really do, history work and study the stars and you do the alignments of where they were in times. And, we can do those things. We know how that stuff works. Epstein. Epstein's return. Now, there's something interesting. It's popping up. And it's not popping up. I think Cube may put something out, or the 17. There's a possibility there. And wouldn't that be a delightment? Because, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that this is true. And now the guards, mind you, they lied. Yeah, they were under pressure and duress. Who's really responsible for whoever got in? Either putting him into protective custody or actually did he, I don't know. Maybe he's gone. Maybe he's not. Maybe there's a big surprise, that's going to be unfolded very shortly with these 10,000 hours of blackmail that he supposedly has, him and his lady partnership. They like to videotape everybody. And we know about Hollywood, right? We know about Hollywood. We see where this is going. I tell you it's biblical. Yes, I do that. And it is in ways, in big ways. Narratives, satanic, it's all there. It fits the narrative. But what does it mean? It means maybe a secret. Y'all caught Fauci doing that, right? Y'all caught Fauci doing that. I know you did. Well, yeah, that's saluting to the ones of the higher power. Okay, as well as, and just all the things, okay? I give everybody hints, even when I say, shh, I'm telling them in essence what the hell they wanted to know all along. But there's some great videos coming out now. I've given every hint that I can, but if you really want it out there, I'll put it out to you this way. And we can talk about this in depth at any time, truthfully. Luciferian, secret societies. Yes, they exist. But I want you to go a step further, because everything I saw out there doesn't even capture everything of what this is. And you really need to look up Jordan with a J, Maxwell. I mean, he is brilliant. He is brilliant. He has 60 some, 70, nearly 65 years into this. Yes, have I made some contact with him? Yeah, I had a couple emails, not no great tight bonding friendship. But I got to tell you, if you want an education on world history and ancient history, that is the man, okay? And if there's anything you want to know about this secret society, like I told you, who do they answer to above to? And you know they try to put they're trying to put the narrative in there, and I do agree that it's there of the Masons and so forth. Okay, yeah. So there's a sit right kind of fit that goes into that. But they even made changes to it. They even made their own books, their own Bibles, their own satanic this, that, the other, and what they will do to you as well, what we see to others, and how they operate the secrecy of this foundation. There you have it. Okay, that's in a nutshell, as fast as I can say it. Yes, is there a lot in between from here and here? Of course there is. Of course there is. By the way, I am Michael Anthony. This is Waking Up with Michael and You. It's cold already. I can feel the cup. But I hope you slept well. I hope you're well rested. So, hey, wouldn't this be phenomenal if some of this Epstein was really not what we think? Just saying. And as I say, on another factor, they do hide people. There are some people that get hidden. And for whatever reasons, we may see some other faces. You never know what will come down and what will be thrown at you. Believe in the unbelievable. And that means in a lot of ways, a lot of things that you may not believe in, you will become a believer in. How much will be actually given to the public? Because they're also worried, and that's been always the factor, my fear factor. Okay, yeah, it was a show, but that has been my fear factor. Who am I talking to? Who am I dealing with? What is the mentality of the people? Where's the strength of the people? I mean, we have so many things going down in everyone's life that's different. We can't judge them. We can't create judgment on them. We don't want to push a narrative too hard, even if it's truth. All right, easy. I try to maintain an easy method. Not everybody could handle what you want to tell them. And then again, when you do tell them, you're a conspiracy theorist. Well, again, I'll say it like I always have. It doesn't matter who you voted for. Look where we're at. Are we not in a conspiracy? Yes, we are. A conspiracy plot to destroy the American people and the world as we see it. The world, the nations, the people of the nations of the great earth. Okay? That's where we're at. That's the Luciferian. That's the secrets. That's how we'll take you. It's suicide always seems to happen. A lot of truth there. Follow the Clinton. Follow the Hill. Okay? Everything and everyone around her. Mysterious. Yeah, they're real. They weren't afraid to show it. They used their power when they needed to. This is what you're fighting. Is it religions? Is it the light and dark? Maybe. I will go back to another terminology that I have given to people many, many times. Without darkness, light would have no meaning. And light does prevail, does it not? Hey, let's face it. I mean, when you live in darkness, to me, that's dread. When you live in light, you live in positivity. You live in the sunlight, the freshness, the earth, the viewing that you have of the whole intake of this miraculous world that we live in here on planet Earth. But enough of that. It's all good stuff. I'm trying not to talk too much on religions, light and dark, and this and that, and consciousness and not whatever. But it is all that in a nutshell. And I apologize to anybody if I'm taking too much time on what I could tell you or what I could share. Yeah, will it connect more dots? Yeah, but are people ready for it? If they were ready for it, believe me, the government would have already laid it out. There's a program process because you have been programmed in many ways, okay? We know of programs. We know of manufactured media, TVs, movies, and Disney steps down. Okay, I'm just saying, was Disney high up in the Mason? Yes, he was. Is Trump a Mason? Yes, he was. Well, so, all right, so you have all these things. Who was there? Who did this? Who's involved? Who ran? Who's on the run? Who's trying to expose? Who's trying to leak? WikiLeaks, more. We just have a roadway of bumps all over America with great people who have stepped up for years, and it's finally come to the light, to this right now. It's all to this: the good versus the bad. Let's leave it at that part. So I think you get it. I truly think you get it. I think you understand what I'm trying to express here. But the X Factor here, the Mason story, check it out if you want to look it at. Luciferianism, the Jesuits order founded the Freemasonries. I mean, check this out. You know, it was all about wealth, minerals, land, ownership of the globe. That's basically what it's always been. Again, check out Kings of the Symbols, Jordan Maxwell, and I mean, he is the ultimate king. He has put this into perspective over 60 years. Not in a few weeks, okay? So there's a lot missing. When I tell you about the little Google it, X Factor, Masons thing, you'll find it's 5 hours long. Great documentary, don't get me wrong. But so much is missing, so much more needs to be learned and understood if you want to follow that and really understand where you're at today, what we're fighting against. Remember how evil, how dark, how sick Trump lectured us. He let us know in a soft disclosure way. He never came out and said everything because he knew that was the battle between them and us. And as he said, I stand in the middle of all of it. And he still does. He still does. He's rock star, man. He really is. He's a hero of America. He's a hero to the globe. And people know it. But what we need these other nations to do is stand up. And there's a lot going on with that. There are legal battles going to blow up everywhere right now in good ways, fighting back in many, many ways. So, how will this disclosure be disclosed? Well, I'll say this to you this way. What can you take? Okay, if some people tell me some things, maybe I would. And there's been cartoons out there. Have you seen the cartoon where they take something? I don't even want to represent it like this, but infants, okay? And this was put into a cartoon narrative that was put out there. They were hinting to you, okay? They were hinting to you what to open your eyes to in many ways. That's why movies are done as they are. There are different narratives, the light versus the dark, even in the Pentagon. There's a deep state Pentagon. There is a divide everywhere in every category. It's just like that. We're slipping into the cracks. We're starting to fill these places. We're starting to take control and power. We're fitting our way back in. We need to just keep following the lead of the president. But what can you take? What are you ready to hear? Some of this is beyond gross and grotesque. And it truly, truly is. How far does a guy like me come on the Facebook, YouTube, MeWe, Instagram, and do all these different things and put out all these little pitches? But it's that bad. It's that bad. You would not walk out of these tunnels, areas of altars and so forth, without not either in some way throwing up, getting sick, and not ever wanting to say that you saw what you saw in ways. It's just incredible what we have come through. The HST, the HT of it all, the programs, the cult, and in ways I don't fear to tell anybody. It's just, what can people take? People are not very consciously well right now. There's a lot who just don't want to wake up, don't want to believe. But so I try to start soft. Yes, UFOs are real. There's not a dot in my mind. And don't tell me that I'm until you see it, don't tell me anything different, okay? All right, so maybe seeing is believing in a lot of ways. So we'll leave it there. Do some of your history work. I gave you some more clues, some hints, and I pretty much told you the whole narrative of everything, and that's what we're fighting against. So that is it. That has always been what it's been. It's a dark entity of people in a cult, and I've always called this a cult. I called Washington a cult because they are part of it, and they are in it, as we see. I mean, you've seen all the black eyes, you see the rings, you see the representations, you see the lightning bolts, the coverings, the hands, this, that, the certain handshakes, and even watch President Trump. he knew how to greet everyone and anyone on that particular side. Watch the handshakes, watch the certain things. But I think he used it to his advantage to expose. I believe that because of where we're at, what we're going through, and how we are moving forth. And I got a lot of good news for a lot of people. I really do. I mean, even though it's sad news, like we have children now in Connecticut, 13, who parents just couldn't resist them getting the miracle cure, and now have had cardiac arrest and heart issues, 13, and just in one area only. One area only. Mistake? I don't know. Is it going to be a normality throughout everything we see? That these children don't need this, but yeah, okay, you get it. But yet they're giving it, right? Okay. Again, Georgia Guidestones. And you're singing it. You're singing it. It's a slow dismantle of humanity. Right now it's slow. And isn't it funny how they figured out this narrative, truly? Think about this. They're not even getting their hands dirty like Hitler did. They're sitting back and they're having everybody in the public do the dirty work for them and protests for them. I mean, just think about this. The intelligence of this think tank and what they put together here and how well orchestrated it was in ways. But remember, it had to come out in order to go after them. And war, there will always be consequences. Remember that. You have to, in ways, suck it up, accept it, no matter how disappointing and how sad the families it can be. But this is a war, and don't ever forget that it isn't, because it is. It's a war that the American and global people of this world have never seen before and will never probably ever see again, and that's coming to light. There's a lot of punishment coming to a lot of people. There's a lot of things going on. When I tell you that there are thousands, I can't even keep up with some of them. I'm a small guy, but I got to tell you, I'm starting to attract a lot of mail. I wish I could answer it all. I need like 3 people just to answer mail, because I can't type. I'm a one-finger typer or one finger on a telephone. So you get it. So then I use voice thing, and then they tell me I can't hear your voice that way. It's like, I try desperately to keep up with things. I really do, and I appreciate everything everyone sends me. But let's not forget these things that I'm telling you. I mean, if you believe in monsters, believe it. There are monsters. There are creations of some things you would never understand that were in these labs that have been going on for years, as I call as experiments beyond belief, and recreations of much of the ancient past and biblical issues that have gone wrong. And these DNA developments, they really want to live with that time again, in that time frame, with all these ideologies of all these symbols and statues and figures of the dog man and just Horus, okay, just to give you a couple little things. And they were trying to create them. Physical, medical labs, sewing things together, trying to give life to just unreal. And I can only tell you that these are the things that have so went wrong, and part of where the deep state is and how they're caught up into this satanic religion that they live. I mean, does anybody believe in dimensional? You know, I mean, because there we have another little thing. And I want you to, there's investigations about this for the last 50, 60 years. I mean, truthfully, and places, hotspots where things are seen unbelievable. I mean, you've got skinwalkers and shadow figures and illuminating lights and orbs and things that can pop in and out of the atmosphere, just like so mysterious, but they're true. They're true. Now, does it have something to do with what they do? Does it have something to do with satanic? Yeah, I'm thinking like this. This is what we do see, what we do know, what we do learn. It is all a dark. It is all from a dark, you know. And there is something else that surrounds us, a veil. And when this veil is open in ways, you know, there's other things. And we get to see them at times. Not always, but we do get to see them. And we have evidences of this. I mean, literally, we have evidences of this. All right, so let me see where I am here. Let me keep going. St. Louis. what isn't wrong down there with Lightfoot? Okay. Um, oh, wait, is that Lightfoot that's in St. Louis or is that Chicago? Let me go a little further here because I got a lot in my head. All right, St. Louis vows to defund the police after their high. I'm sorry, this is not the same. St. Louis vows to defund the police after their highest reports ever on crimes and murder. So what the f is that about? I mean, really? So you still got some morons out there, and then you got Chicago doing the same. The narrative there with Chicago and Lightfoot, just incredible stuff. New Hampshire audit. There's a lot of things favoring that shows counted could have been double counted, and there are same magnitude of issues that are everywhere else coming to light. So as everybody jumps in, and we're figuring PA's starting to get their paperwork in order in some other states, I think it's going to be a trickle downfall, and this is going to reveal a lot. This is going to be a major punch, and when you hit hard like this, and when we're winning, they're going to fight you back. So be prepared always, as I told you. I told you a couple months ago, maybe 6 weeks ago. Keep some of your essentials and so forth, because I really feel that they will try to do whatever they can to put an attack back to the people. Just stay secure for your home, your well-being, your essentials. Don't go nuts. The whole world needs them, but they are starting narratives. They are starting to cause they're calling that we need infrastructure repairs everywhere, because they are out, it seems, destroying infrastructure, setting us up for a bigger plan of how they're going to stop things from moving in America to us while we fight back with them. So do what you can, grow your own things, stay healthy, keep plenty of water on hand. Water is very important, and it's a significant to biblical matters as well as where we are in dates and times now. And we are already seeing some issues that have been occurring with water supply systems, also with the threats of wells to dry up. So when you're in charge of the weather and climate accord, well, you can de-seed rains from not occurring, and you can seed them too, and we know that they can do. It's been going on for years. Now it's just coming to light for many, so wake up, because it's real. And can they dry up? Well, sure, they can do a lot of things. They can create a lot of damage for a lot of people, especially the ones out in the suburbs and so forth like that. The people that have and running wells, septic tanks, all these things, you need to function. You will need things. Or either that, or you're going to be going down to the local river, and you're going to be doing what's called a pump well. Get a pump well and fill up a tank and take it up, and you're going to have to store your own water somehow just to try to maintain some sorts of life. So expect these kinds of things. Stay on top of these things. Don't leave any stone uncovered from how you can go forth with their narrative of negativity and attacks that they put upon us. And that's the best way I can say that to you. But people are falling. There are people out there that are targeted without a doubt. And then, in Chicago also, I'm looking down because I don't want to miss anything here. 50 people shot over the weekend. Now, that could be wrong, and I didn't really research it, but I saw it come up twice, two different ways. And I thought to myself, well, I'm going to at least share this. So you got this person down there, another one that doesn't really like her police, this mayor, Lightfoot, and has 50 shootings, and therefore defunding. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you crazy? I mean, yeah, they are. This is their narrative. It's what they do. Anyway, again, welcome in. Waking up with you guys. It's a blast. It's a blast. So I hope you do follow, share. And remember, I did figure out the ghost. Okay? But it doesn't mean that they're not watching me. But I know that we have the white hats and we have the black hats. Okay? And to be honest with you, I think some of the white hats infiltrated some of the areas, because let me tell you something. If I was out doing the job, okay, and I'm listening to a guy like me who's running his mouth about this stuff, I'm shocked I'm still around. Truthfully, I'm shocked I'm still around, because there's very few of us. I mean, just as equal to businesses lost by small businesses of all this dictatorship and shut down false narratives. They did the same thing to everybody with voices. They suppress them, and people were jumping between sites to sites trying to stay alive, to get out the word. But to do it directly on Facebook, I got an angel, and I'm thinking one of you are the angel out there. I don't know. I got an angel watching over me somewhere, somehow, And I thank whoever that is that's allowing me to get this out the way that I do. Stay strong in your beliefs and your love and your family and everything as I tell you, because I am a dictator too, but a dictator of the good. I want to keep you in the good. I really do. Global spread of highly pathogenic H5N8. I talked about this 6 months ago. Now it seems to be a new global issue. You may not have heard about it yet. Maybe you'd have to go back in my videos, and can't even give you a date. I don't keep dates like that. It's just too hard with what I do in life. But it's in there. It's out there. I talked about this. It's infecting chickens and livestock, and it is not good. Okay, and some of these big farms that do a lot of things and produce chicken and different poultry items and meats and so forth are starting to suffer. 46 countries across Europe, Asia, and Africa, and possibilities now in Russia that this H5N8 does exist. It's a highly pathogenic virus, and it is a concern. It is mainly found in animals, but they have tested some people positive. And again, is this going to be a narrative, a new punch, as I said? But I do know for a fact this was reported legitimately months ago, and now it's coming back out. It could be a narrative of a lie. Maybe it isn't as big as what they're claiming it is. But hey, let's take this as, information and knowledge, and let's use it accordingly, right? That's what we do. That's what we should be doing. Make sure you check your packaging, where they're coming from. Try to support all the local goods of people in America to keep them strong first. Always strong first. America must be strong first, no matter what this narrative is and how hard they push us. And Dave Glovin is SMD, California Resistant. Okay, Resistance. I apologize. I'm not really trying to follow it, but I do know you guys are there, and I appreciate you. I do know you're there. All right, so 50% they're trying to claim is the new level of how many people fell victim to this miracle cure. I don't believe that for the life of me. No, not at all. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. It just didn't happen in a week. You didn't do that. And throughout all the states that I keep in touch with on people who, they're not having people come in for this. What did occur was a couple-day rush for the children, which creates much sadness for me. As I just said, we have teens, young adults now suffering with cardiac arrest and heart muscle issue problems. That's only the beginning of a new narrative of how this thing, I guess, not even a narrative, a truth of how this miracle thing can affect people. So parents, wake the up. Wake the up. All right, I can't say it any more clear. What is wrong? What is wrong? How can people sleep through this? Do they not get on the internet? Maybe that's just it. They don't get on the internet. They just listen to the media. And I say the media is responsible for the lives of these people that are dying. If that's the case, and you're pushing it, and you're being paid by pharma, $350 million from Gates, $150 million from others shared upon all the media platforms, you're responsible for the deaths. You are supporting crimes on humanity. We know that exactly what this is, and I'm going to go there in a minute. All right, capital gain taxes. You're going to love this. They're going to increase on your paychecks as high as 40% for some people. I don't know how all this is going to pan out and work out, but I can tell you this. A lot of states are stepping up, and they're trying to blockade this. It's too much. People cannot survive off 60% of their check. They can't. If you make $1,000, you get $600 every 2 weeks. Hello, wake the F up. Wake up. America, we know this isn't right. We do. We have to stay strong here. We have to fight. Call your legislators, call your senators, call your mayor, call everybody, call their mothers. We're not going to have this. We're not going to have this. We can't have it. How will we expect the children of America to live, that want to go out, thrive, have a family, that will be able to have a family after all this sterilization? Okay? And that's the truth. That's the truth. How will they survive? Rent's $1,500 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment in Pittsburgh, okay? And in some cases, you can get one a little cheaper. There are some cheaper rents, and there's much higher, too, for the lofts and these other platform scenarios of new developments and whatnot. But how do you do it unless you're not living with three people, sharing a place, not even having your own ever privacy? People being forced to have to and live in scenarios that they may have never dreamt of where their life would be right now. It's just incredibly sad. It is incredibly sad. And we need to make these changes so quick. I really hope the Trumpsters are staying strong, and I know they are. I know they're out there every weekend. Terry, I salute you. I know what you do in Texas. Dave, I know you're trying to push things up in Connecticut, and when you go visit your mom in those states. I know Art down in Florida is doing the best he can. I know we are taking back America here as strong as we can globally. We're just not one group, okay? You look around. Look around, and just see how many Taking Back Americas are in this plan. We are huge, okay? We truly are. And please be a part of it all. You're welcome into it. You are the support of America. You are the backbone to America. Again, the warriors of the 10 and to all this, the global army of Donald J. Trump. That's what you are. Stay strong in it. Never forget about it. Never forget about it. But they're saying 50%, 50%. And I'm saying that's a lie. And the narrative is to push a lie, as well as they keep pushing this like it's no miracle. And that really pisses me off, man, to no end. All right. And now we got some other issues here, but let me finish up where I'm going. Yeah, I guess my idea was to tell you, remember, as it once had been planted in the youth of our generation, say no to drugs. We need to start that all over again. We really do. We really do. All right, so this is getting into the Floyd issue. And we seen yesterday there was a mass shooting going on down there, or some crazy crap, or someone was lighting a bunch of fireworks. But, you know, I posted a video, don't know what really had happened, but I thought maybe it was of importance. I'll take the risk on it and take the flack later. But Floyd's brother comes out and does a little microphone statement, you know, and he analyzes in his words, if you can make a protection to protect birds, you can make a protection for Keller. Yeah, for Keller. Not every life matters, only for Keller. I thought we were where every life mattered before all this. Yeah, we needed some work, but weren't we all already at that? Anyway, that was his comment. As an essential, you know, this needs to be done. Okay, and now, $27 million later, Biden still did nothing. 48 years in government, calling a person of color the big N-word. Let's not forget how many times he did that time after time. And they claim that, oh, these are just Harris and President Biden, who I didn't see them with, if it ever even happened, or did they just get a check cut? Okay? But, you know, they were the warmest, heartfelt people I ever sat with. $27 million later, sure. And you probably got a big fat check for showing up to do a little two-liner and comparing a bird to people of color. That's an insult to your own color, you moron. It is. Wake the F up. What's the matter with you people? Anyway, all right, so, yeah, you got this kind of narrative of bullshit, again, starting out there. Another push to this, because racism should not be over yet. They've decided that, evidently. And, you know, time after time, Joe has used the N-word plenty of times as his direction of narrative as to who these people were. They were his lowlifes, to who he never showed an ounce of support to, but now all of a sudden, he's the greatest white man that ever lived to walk the earth. $27 million later, okay? Yes, it's just that, and it really is. Hey, and all these things have been from his mouth against black people and people of all color. Yeah, he's your hero. I get it. I heard it in your voice. I heard your comment, and I say you're blind. $27 million worth of blind. That's what you are. That's what this was all about, to make you happy. It had nothing to do with you even losing your own brother, but that's what, you know, that's my comment to it. But here we go again, buying off a narrative, and that's what I feel it totally is. You know, it was a bought off narrative. He makes his little speech. He protects Biden and Harris. And this was a full-blown bad incident that went bad on every level. We know that. It was resistance, drugs, crime, Maxine Waters inciting issues against and towards the people of the court, the jury. You know, if that wasn't enough of a push. And, you know, the narratives to perform criminal acts if they didn't have the verdict their way. So you have these organizations who were involved in manufacturing the media that were all in on this as well. And then you have the Biden and Harris people. Do you remember the old quote, the good hands people? Like a good job. Was it State Farm is there? I think they were the good hands people. Is that what this is about? The Washington State Farm people? Yeah, you're an embarrassment up there. That's what you are. You're an embarrassment. This is an embarrassing agenda, all formatting again. And I'm sure it'll create more propaganda and more bullshit, more narrative, more socialism, more communism, more narrative, and and let it begin. Let it begin, and you can probably expect it. Of course, I'm bitching about it, so I'm already doing it. So, yeah, but let's just call a spade, as Joe would say it. I'm talking about deck of cards here, but I think you follow my drift. And that's what Joe has done his whole life, okay? Yeah, this is all for the watchful eye of the people that are blind because they can't see. And again, only $27 million plus. Yeah. So let's go beyond that. Let's go beyond that because this might be some good credible news that comes from people like you, and it really does. I was pretty impressed with it. The experiment. Yes, you are. You are that experiment. A test, no study, not a vax, not a gene therapy, human trials, bullying, pushing, willing to kill. Yeah, that's exactly what they have all been doing. The American legal system is a bust. We know that. We saw it happen with President Trump. It's a bust. There's puppets everywhere, and they are all taking orders. Fauci's getting fired. Fauci's getting fired. Watch. Mark my words. Watch. The government, when they're done with you, is it the government or is it the cult? But Fauci's I'm telling you, Fauci's getting fired. The government's done with him. They used him. He's all used up. They know it. They see his end, and they are going to discard him. They're going to he's going out to the pasture and to the pit of hell. And hey, what more welcoming committee would rather not have him than them, right? Because he's part of them anyway. And the little hand signals and the gestures behind Trump's back. Okay, yeah, well, I know people have seen it. I know you've seen it. So the military, are they angry and fired up? Of course they are. Lawsuits are coming everywhere. Military is in fire and in turmoil against everything that the president is doing, and that's why they avoid him at all costs in the Pentagon. And they do that. They do that. As I told you, you have dual presidencies here. Dual presidents, dual presidencies. You have dual everything. You have the left, the right. You have the dark, the light. You have the white hats, the black hats. It's all dual. And that's exactly where we're at. It's a big fight. It's a big fight. Stay in there strong. But the dark religions and the is it Luciferians? I think that's how it would be pronounced. Now, I'm talking to myself here in my head. And the people of powers and their personalities. Now you're seeing them all dwindle, drop off, who they all are in ways. You do see a turn of events here. Hello, I know you do. But I want to tell you something. These test kits were nothing more than false negative, false narrative, false everything. Another ploy to create money, dollar, sensibility in your mind, thinking that you were going to be tested for something that all it did was took your DNA. Okay? And that's the truth of it. And I told you that. And then who do you have then to support of this again? Pharma. 3 times. Yes, pharma. Control and expect lawsuits now. That's what I want to tell you. Control the narrative and expect lawsuits to come. There are many nations doing this. Canada's involved in it, even though they are having a hell of a time up there with their leadership. But the court systems still seem to be okay. Just as some of our court systems now are okay here. Again, you have Dems voted for Dems, and they didn't vote for this. There are people turning sides here. More than what people would ever imagine. So expect to see many lawsuits. Class actions do stay the strongest and have the most ethical outcome on good concrete evidence and informations that they listen to and make decisions on. And that is the truth. So class actions are going to be everywhere. You're going to see this within the next 30 days. You're going to see it everywhere. Will the mainstream media report on it? Probably not, but you are going to see it. You are. And what you're going to see is the Gates reduction programs be exposed. And that's what you're going to see. His control, his ideology of a control king. And that's who he is, where he is. And we know that's his push. Is it his push true by narrative after what I disclosed to you yesterday and told you how he met with Trump prior to all this ever happening, before Trump was even president? I don't know. Could this all be a play of what was to come and put into our heads? It's a confusing amount of circumstantial evidence. I know that. And I know I'm talking a lot of shit here. I know I am. But we do know on one hand that this did happen, that this all occurred with Trump. On the other hand, we're seeing the negativity happen, and could this just be the play out of what needed to happen to occur? So again, you're going to have to be the one to choose, as I always tell you. That is the factor here. You're going to be the one that has to choose this. But it's what we're surrounded with. One day it's this way, the next day it's that way. The change in narratives, the change of the programs, the change of the policies, the change of religion, the change of the racism, and so on, so forth, and so on, as you know how it goes. But this is to me, is more than a test. And we have a manufactured media that's been well paid off, as I told you, and pharma's money is paying for a lot of things, as well as narratives and how Facebook should react to your comments. And that's true, and they have that power. Money does everything, and that we do know, because money is the root of all evil in ways. There's no doubt about it. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants to do well in life, but they want it honestly. These people don't do it honestly. They don't do it honestly. And, they stay within a clique, and it's a money clique. And they share, marry, and stay within this clique. That's how they operate. That's how they all operate. So, yeah, we're going to see a lot of things. You're going to hear a lot of things. And it's going to come down to what the wrongs of the American and global people have been put through. The misrepresentations of it all. And we are going to see things occur. Will there be laws under the Nuremberg issues and codes? Of course. They're going to bring them forth without a doubt. Will this all erupt into massive court cases and hearings? Yes, it's undoubtedly going to happen. And I'm telling you, there's at least 35 teams of lawyers that are bringing things like this forth right now. There are at least 35 of them doing it, going after them, going after the corruption in it, and how it was all laid out, planned out. And we do know all this. We know we're now, and it's even suggested by the CDC, that it quite possibly could have came from a lab. Did it come from nature? Not by far, not by chance. It would take too many complicated circumstances for an environment to create this where a person's hands could. So keep that in mind. And we know that, and that's the fight and argument that's going to help us prevail here. And that is the truth of it, with a lot more on top of it. The informations of this all are just incredible. Again, let's not forget about these. I'm sorry, I might have said 13. It's 18 children and counting, even higher now. So I got a little note showing to me over there. So I'm hearing that more children are getting sick. I don't have any fatalities to talk on, and I'm really happy about that, to be quite honest with you. But again, we see where all these people are and what they're doing. Anyway, these people are just pieces of crap. They really are. They're willing to subject people, and that's why I'm happy about the class action today and to talk about this, because millions of people have died, without a doubt, have died. Everything about this from the beginning has just been wrong, represented wrong, and they knew too much. They knew how to control the mechanisms too well. They knew what to expect. Trump even talked about it 2-3 days into the situation. If they knew that so many of the elderly, and if Fauci had any kind of brain or morals, which I don't think he has one or the other, he's so far caught up into this shit, how did he not justify that don't overcrowd a nursing home or a senior center or pack all these people into one small area where they would be consumed by nothing more or nothing less than death? Trump talked about it. in a time of hysteria as that was, maybe certain things even on Trump's team was missed. Because I think Donald Trump, as he always said, one life is too many. And he's the only one that ever said it. He's the only one that ever pushed it. He never wanted to see not one. But it did happen in a catastrophic amount. And now, even more so, with this miracle cure. So we have a lot to get through. And again, you're going to see a lot of good things come out of this. It's just going to take a moment to get them underway. So stay strong to that. Let me recheck my notes here to see if I missed out on anything here. But I think what I wanted to share with you today was pretty much, and I hate for this to be the daily topic, but I hope I told you about the cult, the religion, the Mason, the theories, the ideologies, the satanic, I have a hard time saying that word. Luciferians. Whatever, you get it. I know you get it. Maybe I just have a hard time saying it because they cut people for it too. I don't know. Maybe it's just, anyway, blah. You get where I'm coming from. So this mass development of what they did, I guess I'll end by saying these were the signals that, shuts down things, that has always shut down things over the years. The numbers are too great, and yet they're still pushing the motivation of this miracle cure. And we need it to stop, and we need to figure out a legal way that makes it happen really quick. I know this ain't going to be fast enough for anybody. It's just not. There's pressures that are much greater, have much greater effect in people's minds, and they believe the media, they believe the bullshit, and that's what it comes down to, and it's sad. So where are we in America with this? Well, all right, let's do a little quick review here. Yes, many court cases are coming, okay? Fauci, he's toast. He's toast. Know it, and it's going to be within a very short term of time. Maybe within the next couple of weeks, we may see that actually occur. He's going down. There's not a doubt in my mind. They fear him. They fear him saying too much. I mean, he could wind up toast. Toast, okay? He could wind up toast. And, again, it'll be a made-up narrative to hide any of that, of course. Epstein and all the issues there. JFK, all the issues there. I think we're in a world of surprises. I really do. A lot of people turn state evidence, including the Bush and Cheney people. And that we know. That I know, and I've told you, and I want you to believe that narrative of what I'm saying to you. Because it's my narrative, but it's a true fact. It all took place with President Trump. And, when the cards were set out and they were challenged, they were willing to work. They were willing to work. And that's what's going on. And so you have a lot of this going on, a lot of good concrete information. What we need to do is see more action that just doesn't occur overnight like that. So, Chicago's having their issues, of course. Other cities still having problems with some of these groups, and now a couple new groups came up, the Black Hammer. There's another one out there. It's something supremacist white. Antifa's been taking a bow. BLM's kind of getting pulled down because of all the turmoil and the expenditures of monies and millions of dollars in homes and assets and things that have occurred there because there are being big pushes pushed back on them and of the white hats in many ways, because there are a bunch of elites in the white who are really fighting this hard for you guys. Sidney Powell has never walked off. She's just in a different area. She's doing much more. She had to make a separation from Washington and from President Trump in order to undertake a lot of these criminal acts on crimes on humanity. There are things being set up. It's all going to hit. It's going to hit the fan. It's going to hit hard. It's going to come soon. I wish I had more dates to tell you in better ways. And let's not forget about, again, the Masons. I think that's the big trickery of the religion, of the hidden satanic issues of it. And I'll try to get into a little bit of the Templars with that, because I think there's going to be an interesting narrative there. Again, look up Jordan Maxwell. Jordan there's nobody more king than him. He needs that label. He is the best on symbols and numerologies, and every book under the sun. He's a walking encyclopedia. There's nothing you can't ask this man, even at his age, and he is an older folk guy, fellow right now. He really is. And there's nothing you can't ask him that he just doesn't have an instant response of an answer to. And he'll give you every dialogue of every anything that was ever written about it. So every answer could take 20 minutes. And that's not a bad thing because he's putting it all on the table when he does it. So please look up Jordan, support him, subscribe, follow him. He's a great guy. He's still out there. He does small things now in meetings. I should actually try to get him on the show. I don't write to enough people because of where my time is. I can't sit here 24/7. I wish I could. So, May 26th. Yeah, another day done. Expect some action. That's what I'm going to tell you. Expect some action. I think you're going to be rather interested. It's going to be a rather interesting day in ways. So, that said, from Pittsburgh, PA, America, you know you have my support in every way. I do what I can for everybody. I apologize if I'm not getting back to everybody fast enough. Thanks for bringing the coffee. I appreciate you. And try to enjoy the weather wherever you are. Love your family. Make peace with what you can make peace with because we are in that time, and there are people who aren't going to agree with us, but stay in the fight. Stay strong. Don't give up, no matter how hard it may seem. Don't judge me, I won't judge you. And don't forget, we are on Monday through Thursday, Friday nights at 10. Actually, I'm on a little bit earlier, but it's at least uploaded to the world by 10 o'clock, so we'll just go with that. When I'm live. If you're following me, and you should, follow. Michael Anthony, 10 O'Clock Talks, Waking Up. I appreciate it. Check out both the shows. I'm here for you. Take care. Peace.